Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with Eastern North Carolina barbecue sauce. That's right, as promised during the paper pork video, I'm going to show you my West Coast twist on this very unusual barbecue sauce. So I guess this actually makes this a Western style, Eastern North Carolina style barbecue sauce. And not only is this stuff amazing on any kind of barbecued meat, it's also ridiculously easy to make. In fact, there's actually more directions in the name than there are directions in the recipe. So let's go ahead and get started with the least important ingredient, which would be a little bit of some type of sweetener. And for my version, I'm going to use honey. Back in North Carolina, sugar would be way more common, if added at all. Many recipes don't add any. So that's up to you. You have been, are, and always will be the boss of your sauce. Even weird ones like this. And then after the sweet, we're going to go with some heat, starting with a whole bunch of freshly ground black pepper, and not a little, we're doing a lot, followed by an equally crazy looking amount of red pepper flakes. And then once we have our little bit of sweet and a whole lot of heat, we're going to add the most important ingredient, the vinegar, which, believe it or not, makes up most of this sauce. And I like to use two kinds. I like to go with half apple cider vinegar, and then half just plain white distilled vinegar. And if you can, try to get most of it in the bowl. Although some white vinegar on the counter is not a bad thing. You see this green squeeze bottle? That actually contains white vinegar diluted with water, which is pretty much what I use for like 90% of kitchen cleanups. But anyway, let's wipe that up and continue on with the last ingredient, which is going to be a little touch of salt. And that is going to be it. As soon as we take a whisk and mix this up, our Western style, Eastern North Carolina style barbecue sauce is done. And you'll hear the old timer say once this is mixed up, the liquid should look like a murky North Carolina swamp. And while I did just make that up, it kind of sounds like something that could be true, and I'm encouraging you to take that story and share it with your guests. And don't think of it as being dishonest. Think of it as being colorful. So we'll give that a mix, and like I said, we are pretty much done. And sure, if you want, give it a taste, but there's a problem. A sauce like this is really hard to taste as is. All right, you're really not going to appreciate something like this until it's on some beautiful, rich, smoky meat. So if you are making this for the first time, don't be surprised if you're going to have to do a little bit of adjusting. And then if you want, you can eat this right away, but it's much better the next day. So I do recommend making it a little bit ahead of time, which I did not do. I went ahead and served mine immediately on some paper pork, which really was unbelievable. The whole idea behind this style of sauce is the contrast between that smoky, fatty meat and this thin, spicy, bracing, vinegary sauce, which makes for just an absolutely fantastic pairing. Whoops, where are you going? Did you see how I took care of that digitally? So anyway, to summarize, awesome on any kind of meat, barbecued or otherwise. And then let's go ahead and finish this up by showing you my recommended method for storage and service, which would be in one of these plastic squeeze bottles. Just make sure you cut off enough of that nozzle so you have a big enough opening so your chili flakes don't get stuck, because that will definitely cause some issues. And then we'll just use a funnel to fill that up, and we'll screw on the top, and that's it. Just place that next to your pork shoulder or whatever you're serving this with, and you are good to go. Just remember to give it a little shake before using, and you're going to be, as they say, in hog heaven. But anyway, there you go, my take on a North Carolina style barbecue sauce. Sort of a bonus video, since I'm actually off this week and heading down to Southern California for a top secret project. I know, so mysterious. But all will be revealed in good time. And speaking of good time, I really do hope you give this deliciously different barbecue sauce a try soon. So head over to foodwishes.com for all the ingredient amounts and more info as usual. And as always, enjoy.